Welcome to BizTV's Beyond the Brand. I'm Kelly Phillips. Today I'm joined by Erica McGee, or Miss Precious. Erica is a barber, entrepreneur, author, and speaker who uses her personal stories of struggle and success to inspire her audience to pursue their dreams. We'll be right back with more Beyond the Brand. Affectionately known as Miss Precious, our next guest is a multi-talented entrepreneur, author, and speaker with over 15 years of experience as a barber, stylist, and salon owner. Her signature approach, Comb, reflects a deep commitment to uplifting others through character, optimism, motivation, and beauty. Please say hello to Erica McGee. And Erica, welcome to the show. I understand, you wear so many different hats,
Yes.
but tell us about your personal journey with your book, She's All Over the Place.
Yes, she's all over the place. I like to call it soap and water. The acronym SAOP just looks like soap, right? And the water part comes from us clearing our neuro, right? Clearing our brain. So for years, I was told I was all over the place. So I decided that if people kept telling me I was all over the place, that it just meant that I was going to be international someday. And she is in 15 countries and counting.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. I love that. So the book is called She's All Over the Place. The Struggle is Real, Real Life Topics. Tell us more where you got your inspiration for your books.
So I received a phone call from my barber instructor, my old barber instructor, because I'd already graduated. Her name is Miss Sharon Gout. And she said, "You're going to write a book. And it's going to be called She's All Over the Place. And you're going to tell the world what that means." And I said, "Yes, ma'am." And then she hung up the phone. So if you're familiar with Medea, Tyler Perry's Medea, she literally looks like Medea in real life. She is 6 foot tall. She has this big, beautiful, curly, gray wig afro that she wears. And she has glasses. And I'm not going to say that she's packing, but this is Texas, so it's legal.
It is legal here. You can do whatever you want.
So she told me that that's what I was going to do, and I did it. So about 3 months later, it took me about 3 months to come up with the chapter titles. I did hire a author coach, right, to help me self-publish. And then I became a author coach. And I didn't publish one. I decided to publish 3. So we did this is my high content, right? We have 10 chapters. And then this is going to be my low content. And this is a notebook.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. And this is going to be an activity book. And the activity book actually goes with the book. So all the chapter titles are a page. We have word searches. And then my book actually has vocabulary. So the word searches are the vocabulary from the book.
Tell us about your book. What all does it talk about? You've got real life lessons in there, correct?
Yes. So I looked at my book as my way of healing from earning 6 figures in my 20s to being flat broken homeless by the time I was 30.
You've got to go back and start that whole story and tell us start to finish what happened, Erica.
Okay. So the short version, right? And the chapter titles actually tell the story in the book. When you meet someone, you want to know who they are, what they do, and what's in it for you. Look, let me take my glasses off, my frames, actually. This is the whole vibe, so you can really hear me. In my 20s, chapter 2, The Cow and the Rhino at the Waffle House, I literally was taking a break from college to go to hair school because they told me that I couldn't afford to do both financially. So what I did was I worked at Waffle House, and I seen these 2 gentlemen, and they were talking. And I said, I wonder what they're talking about. They had briefcases and suits on at the Waffle House. So I said, excuse me, what are you guys talking about? And he said, I have to ask you a question. I said, yes, sir. He said, are you a cow or a rhino? So I thought about it for about 3 seconds. I said, I'm a rhino. Now, what does that mean? And what are you talking about? He literally changed my life. He gave me Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, Poor Dad, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, How to Win Friends and Influence People, The Slight Edge. And I would just devour these books at 19. So it wasn't really a wonder that I was earning six figures before, in my 20s, because I had great leadership and mentorship, things of that nature. So finished my cosmetology license on my 21st birthday. And I worked with an amazing stylist in Columbia, South Carolina, Miss Sonia Richardson. We call her DJ. She's my hair mom. I still have a relationship with her to this day. 19 years in the beauty industry. So next year will be 20. And yes, we're going to have a big celebration. So when I started earning six figures, I also owned a printing company, right? I want to stay on task. And it was a lot. It was a lot. I had 2 mentorship programs with Benedict College, which is where I went to school, and Allen University, right? I would mentor the boys and the girls. We had the Beautiful Me Dream Team, and the boys did not want to be called the Beautiful Me Dream Team, which was the name of my salon. So they became the BME ambassadors because my printing company was called BME Screen Printing and More. So they were like, we'll go with BME ambassadors. They like that a little bit better. It was more universal. And what happened was, and I'm going to jump to chapter 6. And chapter 6 is called The Lady on the Billboard. That was the hardest, most challenging chapter for me to write. Why? Because I feel like the billboard took me out.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know what accelerated business growth was, right? Had I stayed in college and finished my business degree, then I would have learned. The kids call it going viral now. Mm-hmm. So I ended up with 4 billboards. I paid for 1.
Uh-oh. And you went broke.
So how did that happen, right?
Yeah.
Well, the gentleman, I told him, I said, this is going to be the easiest sale that you get because I know exactly what I want. I have a graphics team. You just need to bring me the contract. So he sold me the wrong side of the billboard.
No.
So the visibility was from one direction versus the other side of the board. It had visibility from 3 directions. Mm-hmm. So I said, I don't want it. He said, well, he drove me up and down 2 Notch, which is where it was at. So they gave me another board by Benedict College. And then they gave me another board a little further down on 2 Notch Road. And 2 Notch is a very busy road in Columbia, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. So being the negotiator that I was at that young age in my mid-20s, I said, I still want the side of the board that you originally sold me. It was a dream. My middle school teacher, Miss LaTanya Leaks, we still have a relationship to this day. She told me when I was in the 7th grade, we did the brown paper bag project. And I put Madam C.J. Walker on the front. And inside the bag, I put a pressing comb. Because she said, whoever you want to be like when you grow up and things of that nature. And when I finished the project, she said, you are going to be on the cover of a magazine one day. And that seed that she planted, it evolved into me saying, well, I'm going to be on a billboard and covers a book. And I'm on the cover of my book as well. It was mind blowing. And what happened was I put myself out of business because I had more business than I can handle.
Uh-oh. And you couldn't take care of that business.
Well, my foundation was solid. However, my employees were students. I found a way to get free help. So I was a service learning partner with the colleges. I was also I worked with the Richland County Sheriff Department. I was a youth arbitration site. So I always had employees, but the turnover rate, as soon as I would train a set, they would graduate from college, they would get all the hours they needed. So it became overwhelming. So my infrastructure was not solid enough to handle the influx all at one time from the billboards.
Oh, Erica, what a story. We need to take a quick break because I don't want to end on a down note because you've got a fabulous story in what you're doing now. So stick around. We'll be right back with more BizTV after this. And we are back with talk with Erica McGee, her author. She's an author. She's all over the place. And Erica, you kind of left us on a cliffhanger. Where your infrastructure was kind of going down, but you're a huge success now. Tell us how you got to this point.
I got to this place because I learned the lesson. I'll jump to chapter 8. It's called Do You Do Leadership Training? And within chapter 8, I ended up asking the wife and husband and wife of the 63rd millionaires in Primerica if they did leadership training. I had just shed 100 pounds because I took all of the energy from running multiple businesses as a young serial entrepreneur. And I just worked out and I ran. I became a bodybuilder, basically. And I just took all that energy and transformed it into working out. And then when I met Ivan and Sharon Earl, looking for leadership, looking for this thing to help me with this $40,000 worth of debt that the printing company had put me in. And then I'll go back to chapter 7, which is the day before 31. That's the title. So right after the businesses closed down, I ended up going to another salon, which was like literally catty corner across the street. The whole entire city flooded.
Uh-oh.
So if I wouldn't have moved, if I wouldn't have shut the business down and had the great lesson that I had of growing my company too fast and having accelerated business growth without a proper infrastructure, then for one, I wouldn't have met my mentors. And for two, I would have lost everything. And I feel like losing everything in that flood, I felt like that would have been a little more devastating than me making the choice to shut the businesses down.
Absolutely. So there have been challenges along the way, but it sounds like you've taken all of those challenges and you've learned lessons from them, and it's gotten you to where you are today. Still an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So
serial entrepreneur. I'm actually in the process of building my unicorn. All right. So a unicorn is an ecosystem that has $1 billion valuation. So I look like a unicorn and I'm building a unicorn.
Well, with the rise of digital platforms, how has your approach to coaching and connecting with your audience evolved?
That is a beautiful question because I just hit a milestone as a new TikTok live host. And I am connecting with people around the world. My digital platform has also grown to reach the eyes of Airbnb. I'm actually an Airbnb host, an Airbnb service provider as well. So Airbnb just had this amazing launch. They called it M13. They flew myself and 20 other hosts and community leaders within their community. We were chosen 5 out of 5.4 million other hosts. They flew us to Los Angeles for their 2025 launch, and I am the first and right now only hairstylist on the new platform in the state of Texas. So the digital platform is really, really growing with online coaching, digital products, being able to just have a greater reach.
What strategies do you recommend for individuals to enhance their online presence and reach their target effectively?
First and foremost, write it down. Write it down. I'm also the founder of the Shampoo Bowl Ministries. We save souls at the Shampoo Bowl. So my actual salon is a religious organization. It hosts, until we get a building, right? The Shampoo Bowl Ministries, it borrows the beautiful Me Hair Studio location, right? As most small churches do. So the first strategy that I would say is to write it down. That's Habakkuk 2 and 2. We're going to write it down. And then we're going to hire a coach. We're going to find mentors. So the difference between the two is we don't pay mentors. This is my professional opinion. Every mentor that I've ever had, I've never paid them. They had a vested interest in seeing my growth in my journey, right? So I've never paid a mentor, right? That's a mutually beneficial relationship. Mm-hmm. Now, a coach, you pay your coaches, right? So as a paid coach, I say hire a coach. And before you hire the coach, on that strategy list, if we were doing bullet points, do your research. Again, I'm going to take my frames off so you can hear me. Do your research.
Why is it so important for people to have coaches if they've got mentors? What's the difference?
Ooh, that is an amazing question, right? So your mentors are people that have, I can do it that way. Your mentors are people that tithe in their time and their talent and their finances, right? Since we are the Shampoo Bowl Ministries, those are the people that are going to be like, that work at SCORE, which is actually one of my vocabulary words. I'm going to do that really, really fast.
Okay.
So I can give it to you exactly right.
SCORE.
So your SCORE mentors. Hold on one second. So SCORE is an acronym. It's really a backronym though, because SCORE is actually a word. So Service Corps of Retired Executives, free business coaching in your local city or state, or you can say mentoring. Check your local listings to find out more information about your local school organization. It changed my career. So mentors are going to be people that don't mind giving you their knowledge for free because that's their way of tithing in their time, talent, and finances. And then your coaches are going to observe your behavior. Think about a football coach. They stand on the sideline, or tennis coach, because I play tennis. Love Venus and Serena, right? They stand on the sideline and they observe your behavior. They watch you. They teach you how to observe your behavior. They take their level of expertise and then they pour that into you. And then they also pull out what's inside.
Do they also push you in ways that maybe your mentor won't? Your mentor just wants to see you grow, but your coach is actually getting you to go outside of your comfort zone.
You are exactly right. And that is a beautiful depiction of that, because I don't like my coaches all the time. My coaching clients don't like me all the time. I'm going to step on your toes. I'm going to trigger you. And when I say trigger, I use trigger for what an actual trigger is. A trigger is a mechanism used to pull something back, to stretch it, and that does not always feel good. And then when it propels and releases, it propels you to another level, another dimension. So it's a beautiful thing. So, and I also teach them a new meaning of triggers. So the premise of my coaching is I shift paradigms. I recalibrate psycho-cybernetics so that you can get into a quantum entanglement with the right version of who you desire to truly be.
I love that, Erica.
It loves you back.
Tell us where folks can find you, where they can find your books, where they can find your ministry.
Absolutely. So the ministry is ShampooBowlMinistries.com. And it's ministries plural because we have 19 plus ministries. So it's ShampooBowlMinistries.com. And then we also have She's All Over the Place.net. right? And then I didn't mention that I host 5Ks, and I work with the neurodivergent community, because a big part of this huge success that you speak of is because I accepted my neurodivergence. So I have not been officially diagnosed. I'm still in the process of being diagnosed as high functioning ADHD and autism. So on the I've been told that I'm on the spectrum, but again, it takes a while to get an official diagnosis. So me desiring to clear my neuro, have a clear brain, that brand was born. And we also host 5Ks for awareness for neurodivergence. ADHD is my main one, of course. And then, of course, the Shampoo Bowl Ministries, we also host a 5K for alopecia awareness. So they can find me on any platform, every platform at any of those names. She's all over the place. Is going to be our mother brand, of course, and then the Clear Neuro and the Shampoo Bowl Ministries.
Erica, you are all over the place, but you're succeeding wonderfully, and we couldn't be more proud. Thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm going to give a big shout out to your team. I want to say that BizTV motivates me, and I'm going to give you some free motivation. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Free motivation. You are amazing, great, a genius. You're even brilliant, powerful, and happy. You are successful. Repeat after me.
Okay.
I have the best day ever every day.
I have the best day ever every day.
I love you, and I mean it. You've just been motivated. Thank you so much for having me on the show today. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you soon again.
Absolutely. Thanks, Erica. And we'll be right back. Thanks for watching BizTV's Beyond the Brand. Be sure to subscribe to the BizTV YouTube channel, where you'll find full episodes of this show, a 24/7 live stream, fresh BizTV content, and a few surprises each week to help you stay inspired.